Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we're talking about the spell Bane.
How do you look unlucky? That's my question. That's like the thematics of what's happening here, right? You're like, you're all bad at your jobs. That's what it's happening, right?
If your jobs are stabbing me.
Yeah. Normally in D&D, that is exactly what your
Yeah,
jobs are. This is a first level enchantment, out of player's handbook, action to cast 30-foot range, rolls magic material, requires a drop of blood, which is very cute. Love that. Duration concentration up to a minute. Up to 3 creatures of your choice that you can see within range make a charisma saving throw. Whenever a target that fails the saving throw makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, it must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack or saving throw. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using second level or higher, you can target one extra creature for each slot above first. Maybe use a second level spell slot on this from time to time. Probably not. I don't advocate for casting Bane all that much because I don't think this spell is all that useful.
all right. Now, the natural comparison is made to Bless.
Yeah.
And
Bless.
I feel like that's why Bane gets such a bad rap, because Bless is objectively better. However, in a vacuum, is Bane really that bad?
Yes.
What? Okay.
No, yes, Bane is that bad in a vacuum. Absolutely. So here's Bane's core problem, right? So like you suggested, guidance affects, well, the
Bless.
easiest way to break it down is guidance affects players and Bane, or sorry, Bless affects players,
Yeah.
you're right. Bane Bless players, Bane enemies, right?
Yes.
There are more enemies than players on a given battle at most of the time, right?
Okay.
More often than not, there are going to be more monsters that you're killing than there are players that are going to be killing them. When a
Sure.
monster dies, Bane stops mattering, even if it affected that monster, right? That monster and that Bane condition are over. Players will maintain the benefit more likely for longer durations of time. Players can benefit from things like multi-attack very easily. They can benefit from a lot of things that give them more ways to use the dice that Bless provides. Bane, yes, can hinder multi-attacking, but it is not guaranteed to because it can miss. You can have things pass out of Bane. And when they do, it feels awful because it already was likely going to affect less rolls than Bless would have. And then also sometimes it just doesn't work out right. I think even if it always worked, I'd still call Bane quite a bit worse than Bless.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
And it doesn't always work. And that's where I'm like, you really should not mess around with Bane all that much. I
I
don't
mean,
think
you
it's
do get
particularly
multiple
compelling.
targets to mitigate your chance of it doing nothing. But
If
yeah,
you
if it only affects one creature, then you're probably still feeling pretty bad.
Yeah.
But
Like minus a D4 needs to change an outcome for it to matter.
yeah,
For it to change an outcome, it needs to be like within 2-ish of a roll on every roll for that to physically change one. And with a D20, there's 20 different outcomes. So 1 in 10 outcomes are changed is a way to kind of conceptualize what this Bane dice is doing. You need, if you want that to consistently occur, you need the thing rolling a lot of dice. And if the combat's 3 or 4 rounds, it's just not rolling that many dice. And a lot of the time, this just won't change any outcomes. And even when it does succeed, isn't going to do anything impactful. Like, even if you put it on 3 creatures and they all make 1 attack roll over 3 rounds, and none of them die before then, there's still a chance that the dice did not change a single hit to miss. And that's just not something that I really want on my character sheet all that much. Whenever like hideous laughter just drops them prone. And even if they fail that save, it will have demonstrably done something. For at least 1 round, it'll give everyone advantage, it'll deny them actions, it has a big splashy impactful effect. Bane doesn't do that.
Yeah, you're probably right. I was feeling okay about. I was never feeling great about Bane, but I was feeling okay about it before you just spoke, and you shot down a lot of what I was thinking about. Yeah, it's not many targets, so it still might not work on anybody. Not hugely effective, and was it? Yeah, and it's concentration. It can go at any time. Uh,
I always like to think, like, what encounter does Bane shine brightest in? And the answer would be something where you're like against 3 hill giants, right? 3 moderately powerful entities at once. Then I look at to be like, all right, well, what's my competition in that in window? Would I rather just remove one of them with a hideous laughter? Probably. Would I rather just use a spell like hypnotic pattern and take out and like stun them all? I would much rather have those kinds of effects than this, right? If I'm gonna have an ability that a spell that I'm casting that applies a big condition, I think I'd rather have one of the 3 targets have a gigantic debilitating condition on them, more so than all 3 having a little minor one. Just because removing one of them from the fight, removing actions from the equation, is way better than reducing the effectiveness of that action by a d4, right?
Yeah. What is hypnotic pattern? Is that level 1?
No, it's 3rd level. But,
third,
but hideous laughter still is a 1st level spell that I think is way better than this. And if your goal is to do the controlling, debilitating thing, especially on bards, I'm more regularly reaching for that than I'm reaching for Bane.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, bards get other options that will probably work better. And the only other class that gets it is cleric, and they have access to bless. And if you have bless, and you have to make a choice between the two, you're not using Bane.
No, correct. And you're not even using bless for that long of the game. Like the moment you get any kind of other better, longer concentration duration effect, especially things that do damage and whatnot, that's gonna be your new concentration slot.
Yeah.
Like that's just what you're gonna spend it on. So bless ends up being something like a backup concentration that you'll bust it every once in a while. Be like, ah, crap, I lost my celestial. All right, here's a bless. But like, you're never falling back to Bane. It also like.
Yeah. Oh, what about I know there's a couple subclasses that get it for free. Like, are you just not using that?
Yeah. Correct. There's so many, like, a free spell is often going to be, I like free spells that are niche. So I like things like protection from energy to be on my free spells, protection from poison. I like things that I don't want to have to prepare, but incidentally, whenever it pops up, it's nice to have it prepared. There isn't a window where Bane is all of a sudden nice that I've prepared it, right? There aren't going to be regular encounters where I'm like, oh, good, Bane is on my sheet. I wouldn't have normally prepared this, but because I got it for free, it is so much better here. No, it's just going to still be like, I have way better options than this all the time. Another real thing to consider, right? Enemies die. Your objective is often to kill them. And if you kill them, Bane gets worse because there are less things affected by the Bane. So it's kind of like it reduces the quantity of rolls even further than you could already expect it to. Like the expected amount of rolls that you're getting with this is going to be lower even than you may initially think. I don't know. I don't know if it's like one territory bad because it does something. Yeah. I don't think most characters are going to ever really care to have this.
You're probably not, but you're probably right. But yeah, I also can't give it a 1. I mean, something is better than nothing. We've done some nothings.
We sure have. We just talked about non-detection. That is definitely a 1. I will cast Bane over non-detection every day of the week.
All right, so
2 seem fair? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, that took a little bit of wind out of my sails. I kind of wanted to like Bane, but
I also want to like Bane.
But yeah, you're right. But let's see. I think there are probably still commenters out there who do like it, and I'm interested in what they have to say. So, dear viewers, if you have opinions on Bane, let us know down in the comments. And there you go. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We will see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, informative, or entertaining, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button below. You needn't smash it. A gentle tap will suffice. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you check out the links in the description where you'll find my Caverns Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels, Sam's full review of the spell, and other fun things.